Hey, it's Nash Bridge Museum and the anniversary of the opening of Helena Museum in Old Town Helena, and I'm walking through it today before the celebration begins. Just give you a look inside. Each area, I'm upstairs right now, each area shows a different way of life from historic Helena. Here's some pictures of what Helena used to look like, and if you actually, it's probably a better one because we're going to look out the window and see that if you actually go out there, you'll see that the buildings are very similar. Right down to the Davison Dam, which people call the waterfalls. Here's the old laundry equipment, irons and a washboard. Quilt and sewing before people had stores. Here's the kitchen with the coal, and Helena was built on coal. There's original stove. Here's items from the original classroom. They used a slab on the wall, and they used chalk to write instead of, say, a dry erase or a screen to be able to teach. Here's some items from the Eureka Mind. Those small tags right there were basically worth a lot of money to the miners because that's how they got paid for each cart they brought up. Here's the original high school information. Here we have items from the old country store. Mechanical keyboards over there for typing letters. Here's some items from the store. And this is in Old Town Helena, right off 31 down 261. I love the old mechanical cash register. And there's jugs for beverages and milk bottles. There's a scale, and here's another cash register. Here's an old heating system made in Atlanta. Here's a lot of things. These look like car-related tools. I guess that's for grinding corn or something. When we go outside, we'll see the grist mill or the grist stone. Here's a tribute to the Boy Scouts. Old church pulpit and pew. And here's Indian artifacts from those who lived here prior to Helena being founded. Here's some items that were donated. Hairbrush, pictures, grocery list, tobacco. And here's some nice stylish shoes. Gosh, maybe they shrunk, but people's feet couldn't possibly be that small. Helena residents used to go to Pelham, or before that, Pelham was called, I believe it was Shelbyville. Shaving kit, personal care. More arrowheads. Some pipes. And of course, here's a quilt that was donated and church people. Pulpit, sorry. Here's the old telephone system. I think everybody's probably seen the rotary dials, but here's the more ones using a switchboard. The switchboard is over by Oversoul Brewery now. That's the old switch house. The building belonged to the Masons and at one time the Oddfellows. So there's a lot of things here recognizing the Masons and the Oddfellows. Here's some drawings. Here's a ceremonial robe or frock. 1900 Masonic. I've never been a Mason, so I don't know all their history and rituals. And I only know about Oddfellows because I read it on Wikipedia. Okay, since this is upstairs and this is a very old building, there's not an elevator, but we do have a lift chair. So if you're unable to physically get up here, someone would love to help you. We also have a sign for those who are disabled because they're tall. You know, watch your head. I don't have that disability. Now, the high school was built on top of Eureka number 4 mine. And here is the old headstone from it. When they built the high school, this stone was where the cafeteria used to be. Okay, we have people starting to get here. So I won't be able to get to the downstairs without people being there. But here's the Helena Museum. Here's an engine from one of the mines. And here's a rebuilt mining cart. It was rebuilt and we try to preserve as much as we can. Here's coal. You can't walk around Helena without finding a little bit of coal somewhere. And there's the gristmill stones. And there's the sign. And here's 261, also known as Helena Road. Will do. Alright, let's go inside. Now, I like the upstairs a lot more, just because the way you can see it. But downstairs has some really important things that can't be missed. Like Helena used to have a drag strip where people would come from all over to race. And there's actually a tribute to that. And more Helena history. Here's the drag race on this wall and all the way over there. It's from residents who fought in World War II and some of their trophies they brought back. I know some people get upset about seeing some of the Nazi symbols, but you know, these are trophies that residents brought back and fought in the war. And I think that's a great reminder that, you know, good people can conquer bad people. That is not one of the soldiers. It's a pinup. Okay, this section has great mining history. If you ever want to figure out how operations of mine worked, here's the caps they wore. There was no, you know, LED lights. These are the lamps here. There's also a drawing today if you want to come out and register. Some more people are coming in, so I'm going to stop the broadcast in a second. Here's a spinning wheel. You ever heard of Sleeping Beauty? That's kind of what they would have. Helena was founded by Helen Lee, and her wedding dress is in here. Helena's named after a love story. It's a musical instrument. There's Helen Lee's wedding dress. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop.